Okay, let's get this session started off with a beat. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good. Might be like a whole song by the time we get to Thursday. All right, so today we're going to talk about objective 3, which is write a difference as a sum. And we start out by talking about what a difference and a sum is. Now, I think most of us came out of middle school knowing what sum means. What is a sum? What does the word sum mean in math? Adding or addition, or when we add two things. A plus sign. Let's just put addition right here. I know I came out of middle school at least knowing what sum was. I don't know if I came out of middle school knowing what difference was. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I don't remember remembering. We'll see. But if that's add, what do you think difference means? Subtract. So difference is subtraction and sum is addition. So we got subtraction. And the title of the objective is write a difference as a sum. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you a difference. They're going to give you two numbers with a minus in the middle. And we're going to somehow have to turn it into a sum without screwing up what the value is. So here's what I mean. The very first example is going to say write -2 minus 4 as a sum. Now this is a difference because what's the sign in the very middle? Minus. It's a subtraction. It's a minus. It doesn't matter what this sign is. The middle sign tells you if it's a sum or a difference. Right there. So this is a difference. And they want you to write this as a sum. The thing is, we cannot mess up the value. Sum means we're going to put a plus sign in there. But don't screw the value up. What is -2 minus 4? -6. -2 minus 4 is -6. If you remember the number line thing yesterday, if you started at -2 and you went left 4, you'd be at -6. So we've got to get a plus sign snuck in here without messing up the value. Now my first little box here, there's actually two right answers because of the way I actually wrote this question. What's equivalent to -2 minus 4? Well, -2 minus 4 is the same as -2 minus 4. But I want to find the one where I get the plus sign snuck in. Which one of these would be right? B is close. It's actually C. Here's one important thing. When you're taking a difference and you're turning it into a sum, never change this number. If it's positive, leave it positive. If it's negative, leave it negative. Leave the first number alone. So if you got -2, leave it as -2. But turn a minus sign into a plus negative. Right here. Now what is -2 plus -4? -6. If you put that in your calculator, you'd see it's also -6. So you've successfully snuck a plus sign in, and you haven't messed up the value. It's still -6. This is -6. That's -6. So we'll just read the bottom. It says, therefore, in this example, to change a difference into a sum, treat the second number like it's negative and add a plus in front of it. So 1 minus turns into a plus negative. All right, let's go to the back side. Here you're going to have one where you have a difference, but it's a little bit funky because it says 4 minus -8. It's a situation where you got the minus and the negative already next to each other. It's a difference because of this. 4 minus -8. But whenever you subtract a negative number, it's the same as adding. So whenever you have this minus negative next to each other, it's the same as changing it to one of these. So 4 minus -8 becomes what? 4 plus 8. Leave the 4 alone, it's still positive 4, but then plus 8. This turns into just one nice plus sign. And 4 plus 8 is what? 12. Just like that. All right, we're going to work a few problems. These problems on this little list right here, these are what you're going to see on objective 3. I know you probably saw some of them yesterday. So solve the following problems by rewriting each difference. These are all differences. There's a minus in between here on all of them. Rewrite the difference as a sum without messing it up, messing up the value. First one, 6 minus -4. 6 plus 4. Notice, anytime you got minus negative, this is easy. Just turn the minus negative into a plus. So it's just 6 plus 4. And then for the fun of it, what is 6 plus 4? 10. Pretty easy. All right, the second one, though, does not have the minus negative. It's just got one subtract sign. So if you have one subtract sign, how do you sneak a plus sign in without screwing it up?
You made it 5 and negative.
make the 5 a negative 5, and then sneak the plus sign in. So change 1 minus sign into a plus negative. So you got your 2 plus, and then like you said, make the 5 like a negative 5. So 1 subtract sign turns into a plus negative. And then what the fun of it is 2 plus negative 5? Is negative 3. This objective is not going to ask what the answers are, but we should just know. All right, here we go. Negative 4 minus 2. You have 1 subtract sign in the middle. Don't mess with the negative 4. Leave it as negative 4. Let's just go ahead and write negative 4 so we don't know. Don't mess with the negative on the 4. Change this 1 minus sign into a what? Plus and negative. 1 minus turns into a plus negative. So we're going to go negative 4 plus negative 2. One thing that we don't want to do, and we'll, I've seen it done before, so I just want to show you. This is wrong. Don't go negative 4 plus 2. It's not that simple. You can't go negative 4 minus 2 magically becomes negative 4 plus 2. Those are totally different. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So you got to change it to plus negative. And that would make negative 6. All right, what do we have in the middle of this one right here?
2 negatives.
2 negatives. And 2 negatives just do what? Make it positive. But what the one important thing to remember is, what am I going to do about this negative 3 right here? Leave it alone. It's negative 3. Don't mess with that. It has nothing to do with changing a difference to a sum. So change this minus negative into a plus. Negative 3, now that just turned into 1 plus. Negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. Just like that. And then I threw a little algebra in and started getting ready for seeing a lot of this. Instead of 9 minus 5, or 9 minus 2, or 9 minus some number, I put 9 minus n. The n is just whatever number, any number. So 9 minus n would be the same as 9 plus negative n, just like that. And there's no value for this because I don't know what n is. 9 minus n turns into 9 plus negative n. I want you to add one thing on bottom though, don't show you yet. I want to add one thing. Let's somebody throw me out a letter real quick.
Q.
For Q first. I'm going to go lowercase q, like that. Then I'm going to go minus, and give me some number. 2. Minus negative 2. So I want to throw one more in here. Q minus negative 2. All right, what do I have in the middle?
Plus.
Yeah, well, what do I have right now, though?
Minus.
Minus and
Negative.
yeah, minus negative, and that magically just turns into Q plus 2. Q plus 2. Anytime you've got the minus negative, it turns into a plus. So notice the difference. If there's 1 minus in the middle, turn it into a plus negative. If there's 2 minuses, a minus negative, take the 2 and turn it into a plus. Never take just a minus and magically turn it into a plus. Don't ever take the 2 minus 5 and turn it into 2 plus 5. It's not that simple. 2 minus 5 turns into 2 plus negative 5. Okay, let's see if we can remember that same beat that we started on so we can finish with it in 1, 2, 3, 4.